Welcome to Book Clubly Yappening, a podcast where we discuss every and all things we've read and some of us haven't read, in a safe place where we can yap about life in general. In the description, you'll find links to our Fable, Instagram, and Discord accounts. Please follow for more yapping in different styles. For a warning, we will 100% be spoiling this book, so please pause, go read, and come back to yap. Welcome back.
Woo.
And today I am the host, so buckle the fuck up.
Let's go.
The most chaotic host.
I know.
Today we're doing the Hunger Games. The goal is, obviously, I feel like either you know about the Hunger Games, or you've watched the movie, or you've read the book, or you've done both at this point. I watched the movies as they came out, and I am now officially reading the books. And so it's like my first time doing the reverse. It's actually the first time I've ever really had something to compare to a movie. Because I don't think I've read anything that has become a movie at this point. So,
Really?
I did rewatch the movie.
That feels wrong. For you to say that you've never watched something that's become a movie, that feels incorrect.
No, I feel like I've never read anything. Because I've read the Sarah J. Maas books recently. I never read the Harry Potter books.
That still feels crazy to me. I feel like that has to be statistically inaccurate.
Never read Twilight. Like, I swear to God, like, I've never read Lord of the Rings.
What does it say about us that our first, like, mine too, my first thoughts were Harry Potter, Twilight?
I mean, I've never read Twilight.
Those are the big ones.
Yeah,
and I haven't read Harry Potter either.
Ones.
I read, like, the first, well, my dad read the first couple to me, and then I, like, read, I think, the fourth, maybe the fifth, but I don't know how many books there are.
Yeah, so I just can't recall anything that I've read that has become a movie. So, because I just never had the feeling I have now. Actually, like, my consensus is after I read this, I wish I had read it first.
Yeah.
Than seeing the movie. And I'm starting to think that, like, when I go into Catching Fire, I'm going to watch the movie first, and then I'm going to read the book. Because I started watching the movie, I'm like, wait, did this happen? Wait, what? Like,
okay.
But there's so many, like, juicy little differences that I think it's interesting how they, like, change certain things to make it into a movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, so begin with, you know, you're Katniss Everdeen, of course. You are, and I don't know if I said it, sorry, backtrack. So the goal is, the one big book right now is Sunrise on the Reaping. So anybody who's a Hunger Games fan has read that, and a lot of people have collectively agreed that it is the best book so far. So that's the goal of this podcast, to get to that point.
Yes. It's like a treasure hunt.
Give me a second. It is a treasure hunt, but I feel like I'm not going to go into the newer books about reading the first ones. But
Hey, Jesse.
What?
Do you have trigger warnings?
Oh.
No.
You know what? And I started my script for Rebel Angels today on my lunch break, and I looked at those trigger warnings and I was like, oh yeah, it should just get so real in the second book. One of the trigger warnings is incest.
Ew!
Yeah. I mean, not to giggle about it.
I say that like I'm not pro-Targaryen. So
you're a little goofball.
okay.
Incest is the best. Put your sister to the test.
Ew.
I'll cut that out.
No, you won't. Leave it in.
Okay, fine.
You don't cut shit when I ask you to, so, like,
If I forget.
That's fair.
Be so for real.
Yeah, I'm being for real. I forget.
Oh my god. I'll fight you.
I know you will.
Right. Future Jesse, because I never list trigger warnings. So trigger warnings for the Hunger Games include classism and ableism, alcoholism, secondary character, hallucinations, drugging, alcohol consumption, abuse, involuntary medical treatment, procedures including amputation, needles, graphic blood and gore depiction, graphic physical injuries and serious illness of a loved one, including burns, loss of hearing, and discussion of scars. Cannibalism recounted. I don't remember that, but here it is. Graphic food and water scarcity, including mentions of death from starvation and dehydration. I'm not gonna lie, that that triggered me when Katniss was talking about her life in District 12. That shit triggered me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, death of a friend and child, obviously, father, murder, attempted murder, whipping mentioned, fire and explosions, poisoning, avalanches mentioned, police brutality mentioned, poverty, rebellion and war themes, graphic animal death, hunting, including graphic descriptions of skinning and butchering, animal attack and death from animal attack, including death from wasp attack, attempt murder of a pet cat, recounted. That is in there.
I think she has you beat for trigger warnings after Cora.
To be fair, almost everything has like a lot of trigger warnings like that, but we just put the most prevalent ones. But I didn't know there was just a lot of words there, so be warned.
Gorgeous depiction.
I don't know what you meant to say, but you said gorgeous depiction.
I feel like me hosting is like a fever dream. I'm so unorganized. This is my best
Like hanging
retelling,
out with
though.
you is a fever dream.
Yeah, no, it is. So you're Katniss Everdeen, you're 16. By the way, young adult books, I just can't handle the young perspective. And like, you're 16 at this point and the world has shit on you so hard.
I mean,
Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't be there. I can't be there.
yeah.
But anyways, she's 16. Sorry, it's gonna be a tangent day. I had coffee and it's late.
Hell yeah.
Teenagers are already
But,
dramatic, so them relating to characters that don't have parents that are just going through like the worst time in their lives.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
true.
like, okay, the worst thing that's happened to you in the past week is you forgot to put, one of your contacts fell out, and they feel like it's the end of the world. Like, that's not a judgment or anything. I've been there.
I'm like, I was 16. The worst thing that happened to me was I dropped my phone in the toilet. So I'm like, I don't even know.
God, that's so real.
Right, compare
That
that
is
to
so fucking real.
needing to kill others to survive and to win respect for your district, and just 14, 15-year-old us is going, yes, I completely agree, Katniss, I feel ya.
Resonates.
Yes.
Right, resonate. I will say, Kaylee did say that after, like, she's re-listening to a lot of things. She's like, it's interesting to come from a kid reading these to being an adult and seeing it with new, fresh eyes. Because we can officially, like, I think in our age, relate to what they're talking about. Because obviously these books are written by adults.
Yeah.
So they're putting in their own experiences. Like maybe you didn't go kill, like, 24 people, but you definitely felt this type of feeling when you were, like, lost in the woods or something.
Right.
So it's very just like adult concepts.
Yeah.
Which is why I have a hard time taking it from a kid's point of view. But
It's been a minute since you were a kid.
it's been a minute since I was a kid. Okay, again, tangent done. Yeah, we yapping. We begin with yapping. So yeah, you're Katniss Everdeen, you're 16, you're from District 12, you kind of find out that the Treaty of Treason is something that got put into place because of an uprising against the Capitol. I don't know if this is distinctly the Capitol, I can't remember, but it was a war, essentially. It was a civil war. I would put it as like a civil war. And so the punishment of that is they collect one boy and one girl from each district to fight in the Hunger Games to win glory for their district. And I will jump right off the bat and start comparing it with the movie, because obviously in the movie you get different perspectives. Because they put in the movie where President Snow's like, hope is greater than fear. So, I mean, like, that's another quote that I think is really good, which I'll look up later, where he says, like, hope is stronger than fear. So that's why they have one victor at the end of it, because why not just round up two from each district and just shoot them all to make people fear so they don't uprise again.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you leave one person standing, hope carries them on. Hope keeps them fighting.
Got it.
So,
It's so
but they don't
fucked.
have that in the book. That's not in the book at all. But that was just something interesting. So, backtracking. So the Hunger Games is the punishment for the Treaty of Treason, and the winner obviously gets great glory and riches, and then their family never has to want for anything ever. Which is like, they state in the book that in every district there's like a section, like a cul-de-sac that is just mansions essentially for the future winners. So that's crazy to me that you don't even get to live in the capital. You go the fuck back to your district where like it's decrepit and sad.
I mean, would you want to stay in the fucking capital? Like, I don't know.
Fucking no.
Yeah, so
no. But it's like, it's kind of like me saying, oh, you sacrifice this, you're gonna have PTSD for the rest of your life. Well, we're gonna send you back.
Yeah.
You know, back to the districts. So, but anyway, so Katniss Everdeen, 16, District 12, they're known for coal mining. So each district has their own specific thing that they do. And as of right now, from reading the first book, I know that Katniss and their district is coal mining, which is like the coal miners. And her father ends up dying in an explosion, which she was really young when it happened. I think she was just 11. And when he died, they don't say it outright, but her mother, it sounds like to me, falls into a very deep depression. And so she just kind of checks the fuck out. She doesn't leave them, but she's just not emotionally there. And then even in the book, she says that she found a medicine to help her. She wasn't well then. And in working through her own grief and finding out whatever medicinal medicine that she learned to help her, which I'm assuming is like an antidepressant, she's been helping other people with the same thing. So she's gotten better since, but while she was checked out, Katniss was taking care of them, feeding them. So her mom checks out, and so she's 11 trying to figure out how to survive because they're from District 12. They don't get that much food. I would say probably it's hard to grow anything there. And it's, I don't know if it's stated in the movie at the end, but I know not at the beginning because I didn't finish rewatching the movie in time. But they live in, so in District 12 there's different sections. Like you have the seam, which is like the dirty. It's like, think of like half of the District 12 as like the good side of the track and the seam as the bad side of the track is how my mind wraps around it. And for example, Katniss's mother was on the good side of District 12 where they kind of had money. She was a seamstress, I believe. Two truths and a lie. But no, she had like a good job and everything, and she left that to marry Katniss's father, who was a coal miner who lived in the seam. So people were really confused by that, but obviously love. So Katniss, she eventually figures out how to go into the seam, through the seam into the forest to hunt, which is technically actually illegal, which I didn't know through the movie, is that hunting in that area was illegal if she ever got caught. And if her district was more strict, she could be killed.
Yeah.
She could, there's another thing, I have to find the word, but they don't mention, I don't think I've heard of it, and they mention it once in the first movie where if they get caught in the seam or whatever, or if they get caught running away, that their tongues will be cut out. Come to find out that actually it's an AVOX. So AVOX is they get their tongues cut out when they break the law and they're servers in the Capitol. Yes. Essentially. Which I don't think comes up really in the first movie.
I feel like
I thought was interesting.
I feel like there's one when like she's...
Yeah, I don't know. There's one in the book. She has red hair, and Katniss saw her and Gale saw this person, and she was running away with somebody. They killed the man, but she got caught up and she got imprisoned.
Yeah.
And Katniss sees her again in the tower. Yeah,
I just for some reason feel like that part was in the movie, or maybe it's because I had read the book. I knew the context of it. I feel like there's maybe like a waiter somewhere. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
continue.
like you can see them dressed in the background in red, but she specifically does not come up in at least the first movie from what I've seen. Because I've watched up until like I think she finds PETA again, but and I haven't seen any mention of the AVOX, just the notion that they'll cut your tongue out and imprison you or kill you. But so Katniss is young and she's 11. She can't, when you're 12 you can start signing up for like additional rations for grain, and you put your name in the pool additionally at each time you do it. And so she's waiting until she's 12 to be able to do that. And she's struggling when she's a kid to try and figure out how to get food for her family. That's kind of where PETA comes in, where, you know, she's starving, she doesn't think she can make it, and PETA, the baker's son, throws some bread at her, some bread that he burnt, and that helped her get through the harsh time to turn 12 to start signing up for grain. And that's when her and Gale also, because Gale's lost his father in the very same way, in the coal mining explosions.
Yeah,
and so that's how they get close.
A really fucking dangerous job anyways, like even in real life.
Oh, I know. I would never want to be like a coal miner. So coal miners out there, you need to get paid more.
Was PETA named that because his parents run a bakery?
I don't know.
Maybe because I keep thinking pita bread.
I mean,
even though it's not spelled like that.
I'm wondering if like he could have been named, I don't know, Muffin Top or Bagel or something.
Yeah, Muffin Top would have been a good one.
Oh my god. I will say I love Book 1 PETA very much. So I love
This is
Book
our
1
child,
PETA
sourdough.
so much.
I never really liked PETA. Like when I was reading him, I didn't fucks with him.
He's kind of plain, but like when I have only the comparison of like the movie and the book, I really do enjoy. I do read book Katniss. Oh my god, like. Okay, I'm just gonna jump all over the place if I keep doing this. So chaotic me, hi, I'm the host. So, you know, okay, back to things. So she's struggling. She turns 16. They're still kind of struggling. Mom's kind of clocked back in, but she's been solely the caretaker of her little sister Primrose Everdeen. And obviously you can I think that Katniss is more of like a mother figure for Prim at this point, like more of a daughter to her because of how much she has to take care of her. And they begin the day like on the reaping, like it's the reaping day, like it's when they pull the names, take them in to go to the Capitol to present them to the sponsors and to, you know, battle it out. And during this day, Prim is 12 and she's getting her name put in for the very first time. Katniss doesn't want her to take extra rations because it means putting her name in more. And obviously it's your name's not going to get pulled. You're in there once. I'm in there like 30 something times. Gale's in there like 40 something times or something like that. And obviously at the beginning you can definitely see the like slight relationship ties Gale and Katniss might have because they are in a similar situation. They grew up helping each other learn how to hunt. And they like even on the day of the reaping he brings Katniss like a fresh loaf of bread and it's warm still and he trades a squirrel for it to PETA's father. And actually at the beginning you quickly find out that there's like a whole hidden thing, like though it's illegal what they're doing, they bring in food and other things to the people that they have this like I forgot the name of it, but their own little black market. Yeah. Where they trade shit. And so you come to find out, this is where I like the book because you don't know how many different people she trades to. So, and one of them being I think she picks strawberries for the mayor's daughter. And the mayor's daughter is the one who actually gives her the Mockingjay pin when she gets chosen for the reaping. Like, well, chosen volunteers. So there's like a whole trading deal in the underground, which I thought was really cool that I didn't know before. So all of that. So they get back, you know, Prim come to find out that when they do go for the reaping, Prim gets chosen first. And it's very movie-like where she's walking up, her shirt's untucked and Katniss is seeing it. It's like, you know, earlier when they were getting dressed, she's like, tuck in your tail, little duck. And so she sees that Prim is still this. Prim is a soft heart. She has a soft heart. She will probably give her shirt off the back for anybody. She is more of a healer. You can get that sense because like multiple times through the book, like she's nursed her goat back through health. Like she helps her mom when people come in with really bad wounds from the mines and they like take care of them on their kitchen table. So Prim's not really a fighter. So Katniss volunteers a tribute. Scared probably out of her mind. She's fucking 16. My god. Like, why not make adults fight each other to death? Don't you need kids to like fucking like grow a population. My God. Anyways, this is a story. But
Right, but doing it to kids makes it more intense for the
impactful
present adults.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, if you start killing adults, then that means that you potentially have children who can grow up and be pissed about it and maybe do something about it.
That is true. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
That could incite more rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she gets called. Gail doesn't get called. Peeta gets called up. And, so their tributes together. They get whisked off to the Capitol. They only have like a couple minutes to talk to everybody, which is interesting because Peeta's father comes to Katniss during that time where they get to meet, like, last meetings with everybody. And Peeta's father gives her cookies and is like, I'll make sure your sister is like never hungry. And make sure that's a thing. And then Katniss sees her mom, tells her she can't check out again while she's gone. And she can't disappear like she did. She says she won't, and she's kind of harsh to her mother, like, but rightfully so. I can understand Katniss's point of view. It's because how do you forgive somebody who you don't understand yet? I think when you're 16, when a parent loses somebody that they very much love, and then they're dealing with something that they have no means to take care of. They're in District 12. They're lucky if they get electricity half the time, which is something that's mentioned. Like, they have like an electric fence that keeps them from going into the forest through the seam, but it's only powered rarely half the time. But yeah, when the Hunger Games comes around, they're fully powered and forced to watch. So that tells you a lot there. And so Mother agrees to that. Prim's like, you have to promise to try to win. And she does. She promises. And then the mayor's daughter comes from District 12, and she never gets mentioned really again in the whole book. I mean, at the beginning, her and Gale go to them to trade some stuff, and Gale and her have kind of a standoff. They don't like each other. And then she comes to Katniss and gives her the Mockingjay pin, which I'm not sure if it's going to unravel in the next couple books. But in the movie, it was different. She traded for the pin from a woman when she was out, and she gave it to Prim as a good luck charm. But instead, the mayor's daughter actually gave her the Mockingjay. And so they get whisked off in the train. Oh, Effie. Oh, my God. So Haymitch. Oh, my God. Haymitch in the book is fucking hilarious. Oh, my God. So Haymitch, like, this is not in the movie. So I was, like, laughing when this happened. But your first glimpse to Haymitch is he's coming on stage before Effie's calling the names. And he falls off the fucking stage because he's so fucking drunk. And it's hilarious. And, the entire time, too, Effie's there. Effie's wig is half coming off. Like, her pink wig is, like, tilting back and forth. And I thought that was really funny. But when they get into the cart, they start understanding that Haymitch is just kind of a drunk at this point. And rightfully so, because later in the book, Katniss does have, like, a moment where she's like, imagine every year pulling people from District 12 just to watch them die.
Well,
maybe she'd be like that too.
That, but also the stuff he had to do when he was.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, the shit that he has to do, the PTSD that he has to do, but we aren't there yet. That's Sunrise on the Reaping.
I mean,
so I'm really excited to get into his story, because I think he's going to be a complex character. But yeah, no, even in the train scenes when they're going to the Capitol, he's so drunk that he vomits on himself. And then Peeta takes him back to go wash him. And that's obviously not in the movie. And they're like, he's supposed to mentor us. He's been through this before, but he's drunk. He doesn't want to do it. Just wants to drink and go lay down. And not cute, it's not cute at all, but like the first time Peeta and like Katniss get on the train, there's food everywhere. So they're gorging themselves on food, and exactly what would happen if you don't eat and you almost starve to death almost every year is if you eat a ton of food, you get very sick.
Yes.
And that's what they're starting to feel. They're starting to feel very sick after eating all these rich things. But that's where it comes to one of my favorite parts is, well, I'll get there. I'm trying to be as linear as possible. But,
kind of cute, all three of them sharing a toilet together, just vomiting.
Vomiting, right? No, it's so funny. Luckily, they don't ever vomit, the two people, but they do eat a lot on that train, which I fucking would too. I love eating. Oh my God.
Totally rip off of Harry Potter.
Oh my God, shut up.
Oh yeah, wait. No, that's kind of right though.
Give me the entire cart of sweets.
Right. Oh my god. So so they're like, you know, Peta and Katniss pretty much get along. Katniss the entire time, what I think is interesting in the book is, and I get this from her point of view because I have also experienced this in my life, where you're distrusting of everybody. And it's like, oh, his kindness is only a threat to me. He can't be kind to me. I'd rather him be mean to me. It's like, is that to throw me off on game? Like, type of comment.
Yeah.
Like, she's very much distrusting of most people, which rightfully so if you're surviving and trying to fight for your life in District 12. And then now you're about to go face 24 people to die. So they eventually get Haymitch's attention. In the movie, it's a bit different. He's kind of like, you have to like, it's like, how do we survive? And he's like, in the movie, he says, just accept your imminent end. Like, you're just going to die. Like, once you accept that, you're good. And I can't do anything to help you. But in the book, he's very much like, survive. If you want to win, survive. That's all he's giving them. And, you know, a day later, he's still acting the same freaking ways. Huh?
Cool story, bro.
Cool
How do
story,
we
bro.
How do we
Cool
survive?
story, bro.
Just survive. Thanks. Big
Yep.
help.
Yeah, and then in the book, eventually they get sick. Like, Pete, I think, takes away his drink, and then Katniss fucking shoves, like, a dagger near him. I forget where. It's probably his hand, like, in the movie, but that gets his attention. He's like, I think I have fighters this year. Or as in the movie, he's like, you need manners to kind of win. Like, you gotta have people like you. But now in the book, he's very much like, okay, we have a shot here. So he sobers up a little bit, and he works with them together to talk to him about survival and how, like, to run, don't wait at the cornucopia, like, find water first. Like, that's, like, your goal. That's going to be what saves your life. And so that he starts, you know, getting on the we can do this train. And they get to the Capitol, and the Capitol is like a whole fucking thing. Like, the difference is, like, just reading the fact that they, like, strip down these kids and poke and prod them naked, literally naked. They're not naked in the movie, but like a motherfucker. Like, these are kids, and you're stripping them down just to assess them like they're a piece of fucking meat.
Well,
and, like, they're just for show, which that's literally what they're doing. But I just think it's obviously me. I think it's so wrong. But that's when Lovely Cinna comes. The whole team, the whole I don't know what to call them. The styling team, they're great. They're so funny. Like, they don't have that much of a big role in the movies, but in the book, I don't remember half their names. I remember Cinna, of course. But they're all pretty funny. They all eat and drink with them.
I remember Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, that was Cinna.
Oh.
Nothing. He's being
Cinna.
a goober.
I remember the actor, but not the character's name.
Well, the actor is amazing. My God. I love Cinna as, like, the character in the freaking movie. He is wonderful.
I love that.
But that's what I kept imagining every time, like, Cinna came up on, like, the page. Just imagining him as, like, Cinna. And it's like everyone's super fancy, like, eccentric. I don't know what to call the people in the Capitol, but they're very much colorful hair, loud makeup,
flamboyant.
Like,
Yes.
flamboyant. Like, everyone looks young, or they're getting surgically altered to become young. And not become young, but to look younger. And so Cinna's the first person that looks normal to her that comes in. And it's not mentioned fully in the movie where I stopped, but Cinna said he chose District 12. Because she's like, sorry you got landed with District 12 type thing. And he's like, no, I chose it. And then they talk about the outfits for the year. Like, every other year, like, they're dressed as coal miners because every tribute is dressed like their district. So in the past, it's like coal miners and coal hats, or naked, covered in coal, like, type thing. And he's like, but coal sets on fire. So we're going to put you in a cape and a crown and set it on fucking fire.
Yeah.
Because Cinna slays. Like, I don't know what to say. Cinna fucking slays.
Right. Fucking vibes.
Yeah, they get them on chariots to ride down the fucking I gotta stop saying that word so much. But they get in chariots to ride down to show themselves off. And since District 12, they do it in order. So by the time, they always mention it, by the time District 12 comes up, people are tired. They're bored. They don't want to watch anymore. They're just done with it. So, boom, on fire. Crowd gets blown away. So Katniss Everdeen, the girl on fire. Love that. Also
Flaming
come to
couple.
okay.
The flaming couple.
The flaming couple. Burning with love. Star-crossed lovers. But to back up a little bit, during the whole train and like tower thing where they're prepping to get to the Hunger Games, PETA does mention the fact that he's pretty certain he's not going to win. That like even his skills of being able to carry a bunch of weight, or even his skills as a baker, like he's clearly good at disguising, and like because the cake decorating, and even his mother comes to him and he says District 12 might finally have a winner, and she never met PETA. Mom sounds like a witch, to be honest. But so that's where PETA is. So it's a lot of the focus is on Katniss winning because she is a strong contender. So they're trying to make her really stand out for the sponsors. And so after that, they do their girl on fire thing. They have to meet. What's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember it. Flickerman.
Yes.
What's his first name?
I don't
Caesar
know.
Flickerman.
Huh?
Caesar Flickerman. I love Caesar Flickerman.
Flickerman didn't ring a bell at all to me, but Caesar did.
And I know it's Flickerman. I know the last one's for sure Flickerman.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Watch
The
me be
Tooch.
wrong.
The Tooch.
Yeah, but anyways. Also, love who they casted as for Caesar in the movie. 100%.
Yeah, Stanley Tucci.
The casting
Hey.
choices for this movie was so fucking good.
It's so
But,
true, honestly.
It was so good. And Caesar in the books, like he's such a good showman because he knows how to lead them, pull questions out of them, get people to like them, because Katniss is so like standoffish because how guarded she is, that he's able to pull out like stuff from her.
Yeah.
And then that's where her dress comes in, where it's flaming, where she spins, because Senna's like, because the goal now before the competition is to get them to like you, because sponsors dictate what you're going to get into the games, and that's very important, because that could also mean life or death. Give you one drop away from dehydration and, not watering yourself to death. I don't know how to put that, but so Katniss doesn't know how to do that. Peeta's really good at doing that. He's just very likable and sweet, and people like him. And Katniss is not much so. So Senna's like, you got me to like you. Just be yourself. Stop trying to get people to like you, because that's where it's going wrong. So she gets on the stage. She does her little twirly dress thing, and it's on fire, and people love it. And Caesar brings out, you did this for your sister Prim. Like, mentions Prim, helps her out, and how she volunteered as tribute, because District 12 hasn't had a tribute, I think, ever. So, also, side note, Haymitch is the winner of District 12, the only winner, I think, of District 12. And so he's their mentor, because each district winner has, each district tributes get a winner from the district to help them, mentor them in. So there's that. And, she gets on stage, they talk about Prim, that works. She talks about the food. That's a good one for me. She talks about the food and how good it is, and it's just very sweet, aloof, type thing. So she does good there. They each get so tell me that when they do these interviews, they each get 3 minutes of airtime. In the book, they're you get 3 minutes of airtime, so we have to roll this quick. And again, by the time they get to District 12, people are tired. They want it to be over, type thing. So, and then PETA comes out, and PETA, obviously great with the crowd, jokes with Caesar, talks about smelling like roses. They smell each other, type thing. And then they start talking about if PETA has a girl at home that he likes, and PETA's kind of, there is this girl, but she came with me, type thing. And then they start figuring out, so they're oh, fuck, that's heart-wrenching. And so what ends there begins the saga of the star-crossed lovers. And when he gets back to their like tower, because they're on like the very top floor, like, and in the book they are able to go out onto the roof and actually look down at people, and that's what they do for the most part. And they're talking, but Katniss gets fucking violent as shit and pushes him against the wall and like gets his hand cut with a vase or something. I forget what it was, but she fucking like takes a brother out. It's like, why did you do that? And they're like, she literally helped you. Like, this is making you desirable for the audience. This is a show.
Yeah.
So he helped you. And she just comes to quick realization, okay, yeah, he's helping me and I hurt him. Well, no shit. No shit. So he gets whisked away to get his hand fixed. And that's when she starts clocking the AVOX, where it's like, I think I know you. Like, that's when the memories come back of like the girl leaving, and it's like, this girl probably wants to see me die because I let her friend die or a lover die, and now I got her captured, so she probably wants to see me dead. And there's a presentation. So in this whole thing, they're told to keep their skills hidden until the sponsors come. They want their other people and the other tributes to underestimate them. So by the time I forgot if they actually call it something, but the sponsors are watching them perform their talents. So Katniss does a thing where she shoots her arrow. The weight's off because like it's not a normal bow she's used to. So misses one, she gets the second one, but at that point they're not watching her anymore. And then Q, the signature, shoots the arrow through the apple in the pig's mouth, and that gets all their attention. So she gets like a graded an 11. For her skill star, and it's graded, I think, at, I don't know if it's 1 to 12 or 0 to 12, but it's definitely like up to 12, and she gets graded an 11, which is the highest out of all of them.
Oh, I was just thinking about like, why from 0 to 12? I realized like, 12 districts, but then my mind goes to,
I didn't think about that. Wait, that's smart.
But then my brain goes to, but these go to 11.
Yeah.
Okay, but why don't you just make 11, higher, make 10 higher instead of having 11. These go to 11.
Fucking backtrack. So there was a District 13. And District 13, yes, I think, is the one that rebelled. And that's why the Treaty of Treason came into place. Okay, anyway, that's closed up.
Yeah. They've been, like, bombed off the map, allegedly.
Yep, they're gone. They've disappeared. Forever. But
District 9 is full of aliens.
That's like, I get it. I get it. So after she does that, she's upset. She goes straight to her room. I think this is the part where I think Katniss is my favorite person ever, because I relate so hard to this. I would do exactly the same thing, where you eat yourself sick, basically, and smash your plates all over the fucking place. That's what this bitch did. And I'm kind of here for it. Yeah. And then she's in bed. The Avox girl comes in and cleans her up. And then she's like, well, maybe she doesn't hate me after all. Because they're not supposed to address them, but she does. And she says, I'm sorry. And so that part really got me. I'm like, I would do the same shit. I'd come back, eat myself sick, and fucking smash plates everywhere. Fuck them. But she does help the Avox girl clean up everything. So that's when she comes back and she tells Haymitch and them everything that happened, why she was so upset, and that she ruined her chances, but it turns out it was probably the best thing she did because it got her an 11.
Yeah.
Which means Haymitch can work with that. And Peanut gets a pretty decent score too. I think he gets like a 8. I think he definitely gets an 8 in the movie. I don't know if I can't remember. That's why I cannot watch them tandem, because I'm like, what's true, what's not. But so yeah. So they get their scores. Next thing they do is they get into their little tubes that are new, actually, for this Hunger Games, where it rises them above the ground. But they collect them through the helicopter, I think, off the freaking roof. I don't know, something fancy. And then they get transported underground into these tubes. And so one of the things, too, Cinna gets her Mockingjay pin. Oh, hi, Fig. Hi, cutie. She's like, I'm in the Hunger Games. You took the food from me.
I know. Poor baby.
I think I'm
District
starving.
12.
The volunteer dad is tribute.
Yeah.
But, so they get into their tubes. Cinna ends up getting her Mockingjay pin approved. So they know she has it and it's legal to be there, where in the movie they make it sound like a hush-hush thing. Like, don't tell anybody, I put this in here for you. But it was approved.
Do we know what the Mockingjay stands for at this moment in time?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to say through this whole book, there is nothing. This Mockingjay, I think for me in this book, just symbolizes hope for her. Like, it's a kind of protection, like, I will come home type thing. It's just it brings good feelings. When you see Rue later, for her, the Mockingjay is important because you come to learn about Jabberjays and their experiments done by the Capitol, where they were going around the Pan Am and recording people's conversations of potential rebellion and reporting it back to the Capitol. And then people were catching on that they were doing this, so they would just send them stupid shit back to the Capitol. So they decided to stop that program and to release them. And so they became known as like a mixture. They started like breeding with another type of bird, and they became Mockingjays or something like that. And they don't speak anymore, but they whistle tunes back. So Rue in her capital, when she's climbing the trees for work, I think they harvest, and when the day's done, she whistles a 4-note tune, which is like, you know, the movie like da na 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 like thing. So the 4-tune note that signals end of day, we can go home. So for her, that it's more important to Rue. But
and I think Mockingjay in general becomes like such a big thing over the course of the series because she has that pin. So that kind of becomes like a representation of her.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I think it's going to be more important as the books go on. So her pin gets approved. They get up into the cornucopia. It's a circle. The cornucopia is styled like a cornucopia that's filled with everything that they need. Food, weapon. She sees the bow there. She's like told to run away once the sound goes off, but she's gearing up to run straight for the bow and arrow. And Pete is like shaking his head like, don't fucking do it. And she gets distracted by something, and she's watching somebody else because like as it goes off, they are fighting to the death essentially to get all of this stuff in the middle. The
bulk of the tributes die at the cornucopia at the very beginning, like just statistically speaking.
Yeah, I think over 10 of them do it. Over 10 of them die because like it's just a madhouse. And so Katniss is trying to go for the bow. It doesn't work. One of the girls, I think I can't remember. I'm just gonna be straight up. It's either Clove or Glimmer, from District 1 or District 2.
Isn't like one like Foxface? Like that's all I remember.
Yes, okay, so her name's not Foxface, but Katniss,
I know,
says she has a fox-like face, I think. And so she lasts a very long time. She's the red-haired girl. She's orange-haired. She's fun in the movie.
The one that gets naked in the elevator?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's the second one.
Okay.
But no, she's I think she runs off too, but yeah, Foxface says she runs off. But I think it's either Glimmer or Clover, or no, Glimmer or Clove from District 1 or 2 that kills somebody with a dagger, then aims it at Katniss. Katniss grabs an orange bag, like an orange like backpack, and as she's trying to go for the bow and realizes she can't go for it, and she ends up catching one of the knives and gets a free knife from whoever throws it at her, and she runs off into the woods.
Yeah.
What do you have there? A knife!
Yes.
Yeah, a knife! At the beginning, they never sound off the cannons, because every death they sound off a cannon. They don't do it at the beginning because there's so many deaths at once that they wait until it calms down, and then they release the cannons. And at night, they project an image of the fallen people. Like the picture that they use for the scoring, they project that and put their district at the bottom of it to signal that they have died. So she doesn't know if Peeta's alive. She's slightly concerned, but they're kind of enemies at this point. And her goal is just to get as far away as possible and to find water. And she's a hunter, so she doesn't have a bow yet, but she's a hunter, so she can set up snares and stuff like that and catch food. So she's fine there. She can climb trees. She sleeps in the trees. I'm not going to get into super details of like everything that she thinks and feels in these woods.
It's just like a little side note that I feel is kind of important. is that the districts closest to the capital are the richest, and you essentially get poorer as you spread out.
Oh, yeah.
But the, like, first couple districts, like 1, 2, 3, they will straight up train their children to enter the arena. So they're, like, being trained essentially from birth to, like, go. And,
which is technically
like,
in the book
volunteer.
illegal. In the book, they say it's illegal to do that, but they do it anyways.
Well, yeah, because rich people get to do what the fuck they want. But anyways, so those districts tend to continuously win because they have the most money. They are being trained more or less to go fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the sponsors are going to, like, just rich circle, you know, like,
yeah, basically
rich people giving rich
and
people more money, essentially.
Yeah, and they don't ever know what it means to be hungry, which is a key point later, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they're destined when they're going to stay at the cornucopia. They have everything that they need. They chase the other people out, so that's a good point. Like they had the money and resources to train for this their whole lives, so they are cocky.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Kato, Glimmer, Clove. I don't know the other boy from District whatever. Or District 2, I don't know. Whatever. Rich boys be richin'. They're not afraid at all. So Katniss is sleeping in a tree. She's kind of far away, so they end up. That's where you start finding out, and wasn't one of my biggest angriest parts about the Capitol, is that the game maker has control over the arena. They design it, they control it, like they control every aspect of it. So they start a fucking fire to get her out of the woods to get her moving. And that's where she gets like heavily burned and like severely burned. Like it's bad in like the actual book, where she can barely even put weight on her like leg, and she's dipping it in water and doesn't want to take it out of water when she finds water. Another side note back is at the beginning she is struggling for water. Like she needs it desperately, and she's trying to get Hamage to send her water through the sponsors if they have sponsors. She doesn't know yet, and then it begins to clock that her and Hamage kind of have this like the understanding. So she's like, Hamage is not going to send me water because I'm near water. And so she finds water. That's what keeps her going, so he doesn't send her water. When she gets burned, it's pretty bad. So they do send her ointment that heals her wounds. So that is very helpful. Almost heals it overnight. Come fast forward. Eventually, Kato and them are they find a girl lights a fire because it's super cold at night, and Katniss knows better not to do that because a fire will signal where you're at. So Kato and people from the districts come and they kill this girl, like right underneath her essentially. She's right there. And you find out that Peeta's actually with them. And so she feels even more betrayed because like it seems like Peeta's trying to lead them to her. And then in that part, you find Rue. Rue's 12. Rue reminds her of Prim back at home. So young and sweet and should not be here. And Rue's really amazing because she can climb the trees. Like, she's smart. Like, she knows what's poison, what's not poison. Like, she's very much smart, and she's acrobatic as fuck. So they see each other, mutual understanding not to kill each other, kind of, because Katniss just won't, and Rue's probably just trying to hide it out until the end. And so she warns Katniss that there are Jabberjays. And because of the fire, the smoke kind of, like, made them sleepy. Or not Jabberjays, sorry. The
bees.
Hackerjackers?
Girl, I don't know. I read that shit, like, like over a decade ago.
I like the name. I have to find it. Hold on. That's after that. Okay, hold on. Tracker Jacker? Hey, Siri.
I mean, she's not, like, far off. I know she's not. It's just really funny.
Hey, Siri. Are they called Tracker Jackers in the Hunger Games?
In the Hunger Games, Tracker Jackers are genetically engineered wasps created.
I am a millennial and I need Siri.
There you go. The robots.
So
I don't trust
they are
AI.
called Tracker Jackers.
I don't believe you.
Oh, Siri's not AI. She's just a robot.
I I mean, kind of a little bit. But so tracker jackers are kind of sleepy because of the smoke that came in from the fire. So she's safe right now, but she's kind of like, fuck, they're right here and I'm on top of this tree. And Kato and them, they end up finding her in the tree. And they're like, you got to come down at some point because they're too well fed to be climbing the tree. So she's like lighter, so the branches hold her, but every time they try to come like up, they can't because they weigh too much for the branches. And then you find out that I think it's Clove has terrible aim with the bow and arrow because she has Katniss's bow. Katniss has deemed it hers, so she has Katniss's bow, and she definitely misses her with her shot. Will not be able to get her. Next morning, tracker jackers are more awake, so she ends up like. When they're playing the anthem for the night, like when they're trying to like post to people who have died, she's sawing the tracker jacker nest to drop down on them, but they're like kind of waking up, and I guess in the morning they wake up because she can't finish because the thing goes up like quiet, so she does it in the morning when they're still sleepy. So she saws it, she gets stung once and she pulls them out, which saves her down the line. But they fall down, they swarm them. Oh my god, you guys. The faces you guys gave.
No, I'm sorry. Fig's auto feeder went off and she hauled ass so fast. Like she's never had food a day in her life. Oh my god,
that's so funny.
Yes.
I thought you guys are making a face at something else and we'll keep that PG.
No, and like her feet were like sliding on the hardwood. She's like a little cartoon character.
She in the Hunger Games. She going for that cornucopia, aka food.
I know. She sure is.
Right?
She's from District 12.
Mm-hmm. Glimmer dies because of the tracker jackers. I know that for fucking sure because I remember the ending about Glimmer. And so also tracker jackers genetically altered again. Capital B fucking doing experiments on everything that they can get their fucking hands on. Fucking weirdos. So they all get chased away. They all get stung by tracker jackers. Rue's gone. She signals to Rue that she's doing this thing, and Rue gives Rue a chance to leave. So that's what happens with there. I could be wrong in this whole scenario, but that's what you get when I'm the host. So very much apologies. Correct in the comments if you feel like it. But I think then she runs off. And she's also hallucinating because they give you hallucinations. They kind of all are. She passes out, I think, from it. But when she wakes up, Kato and them, I think, are kind of on her ass. No, incorrect. So she ends up getting the bow and arrow from Glimmer. As Glimmer's like dead body is like hardened around her bow. She ends up getting it. She starts hallucinating from the tracker jacker stuff. She ends up burying herself under something, and she's having the craziest hallucinations, like crazy. And she also hallucinates. She thinks she hallucinates a part where PETA tells her to run, like she needs to get up and leave and run, and then Kato comes up and there's PETA, and so she runs. She meets up with Rue. Rue teaches her how to help her wounds out by chewing some of these leaves that she knows about. I forget the name of the leaf, but she chews up the leaves, puts it on the wounds, and it pulls out like kind of like the toxins.
Tobacco.
Oh, that's tobacco leaves. She chews the tobacco leaves.
Feels better. She's just going through withdrawals.
Shut up.
Oh, and the berries. So this is where berries come into play. So Rue picks berries that she knows that are safe to eat. And what would they call them? Because she has them back at home, but they're poisonous, and it's night something. They sound ominous. Poison berry. I'm not gonna bother with it. It's late. So poison berries. She knows them because her father tells her not to eat them because once they reach your stomach, you're dead. But these other berries, they're safe to eat, and Rue eats them. She eats them. They're safe. They're good. They just kind of connect, talk to each other, like they sleep in each other, like the same, like Katniss's sleeping bag, like it's very much like this is my little sister, and Rue completely and utterly trusts Katniss. So they stay together for a while, and then Katniss comes up with right, fatal mistake. But that's where Katniss comes up with the idea is that the rich districts don't know what it's like to be hungry, so let's destroy the cornucopia. But how? I don't know. So they make this plan. Rue is out to set signal fires the next day to attract the people away from the cornucopia. When Katniss is there and the fires are going off, you find out that one of the kids that they kept around, I think maybe from District 4, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I probably am, but he digs up the mines and reactivates them and sets them around all of the supplies. And Katniss figures that out because Foxface comes, and she's already discovered, she's really great. One of the things I don't think they discuss in the book, whereas they do in the movie, is her cognitive ability is 10 out of 10. She remembers patterns. She's good at it. She's good at staying quiet. So she dances around these mines like she memorized the pattern. And so she's able to steal food right out from under their nose. And she's smart enough not to steal too much to notice that it's been missing. So Katniss sees that. Katniss is like, okay, well, what if I just copy what she did? But there's no fucking way. So she sees like a bag of apples, I believe, and she shoots the netting, and 2 arrows it takes to drop the apples, and they land in the mines and they blow everything up. And this is the part where Katniss gets blown away. She loses complete hearing in her left ear for the rest of the Hunger Games. So she cannot hear out of her left ear, which is bad for a hunter. So, well, yeah. But they successfully did it. Katniss goes back to the meeting spot with Rue, catches fish for them, and she's eating hers. Eats the second one, and Rue doesn't come back and realizes something might be wrong because the third fire never went out. So she went to go to the third rendezvous location where the third fire was supposed to go off, and then come to find out I think it might have been the District 2 or 1. I don't know. It's either District 1 or 2. That boy, he has Rue caught in a net. And backtrack, when she meets Rue, that's when the whole Mockingjay pin comes in, where it's like, I signal this, and that's how they communicate, and they signal each other that way through the birds. But obviously fast forward, so boy sitting over Rue stabs her with a spear. The Katniss kills him with one shot of an arrow, and she goes to try to help Rue, but there's nothing she can do. The wound's fatal. So she sings to her, because one thing her and her father have in common is her father was a beautiful singer. And so she obviously inherited that. Not inherited, but, well, yeah, but she got it from her father, essentially. She doesn't sing anymore because of his death. But she sings a sweet, like, hopeful tune to her while she's dying, and surrounds her in flowers in her own way to rebel against the Hunger Games. So gives her like a beautiful like funeral type thing. And so that's Rue's death, which Rue is so sweet, like, my goodness, even in the movie and like the book, heart-wrenching. But in that her district breaks the rules and sends Katniss a loaf of bread, I believe, from there, like, because in the train Peeta goes on this thing about naming different breads to Katniss, so that's why Katniss knows that the shape and style of bread that she gets is from her district. And so it's like Rue's district saying thank you. Yeah. And one of the things I like, because when I was younger and I watched the Hunger Games, there must have been misinformation, because like someone had said that the 3-finger thing was a District 13 thing and they shouldn't have done it. And then come to find out when I'm reading this book, the 3-finger thing is a symbol from District 12 that says, like, pretty much, you're not making out of this, but we fully respect you and love you type thing. It's like a great sign of respect. And so she does that for Rue. So that's why her district like is like, thank you. So Rue dies. She's up in the trees. Probably stuff happens in between, but then there's a new rule that comes into play, and it's game maker here. If both people survive from their district and they win. So the 2 people who are from the district, or if they're from the same district and they are the last one standing, they both win. So she's like, Peeta, oh my god. So now we're on the same team. So she goes on a big hunt for Peeta. She finds out at some point that Peeta got hurt by Cato, and so he's probably wounded somewhere, slowly dying. Like, it's pretty bad. She does end up finding him, and his leg is bad. It's swollen, it's infected, it's cut open down to the bone. Like, he's kind of delusional. He's like, give me a kiss type shit. Delusional. He's like, we should have a kiss, like, type thing. Because he's probably high on fever. And so she gets him. She one of the funny, she brings him to, like, I think the spring that she soaked her leg in, and she just kind of rolls him in, which is the most realist shit ever, because, like, she could only carry him so far, so she's like, I'm gonna roll you. So she gets his stuff, like, clean, and that's when she talks about how, like, she always runs when somebody injured from the mines comes, or somebody that needs help from her mom comes. So she just can't handle it. She just runs away and waits for it to be over, waits for them to die, or waits for it to just be done. And so she can't hear with PETA because she wants PETA to survive, because I don't think she can handle if PETA died. So she gets him as cleaned up as she can. They finds a cave and bundles him up and tries to get his fever down, because in one of the pouches there's, like, fever tablets, and it's not working. So she's like, I need medicine from the sponsors. And there was something that happened between where Hamish sends her a bowl of soup. And I think it's when she kisses PETA, because PETA's being very delusional. And he says something, and she kisses him to shut him up, basically. And so Hamish kind of signals, you get things if you kiss, like a gift for a kiss, because they're star-crossed lovers, and that's what the show needs. And so she's like, okay, I have to make this shit convincing. And so they're talking, and that's where they start talking about PETA's father, and, like, how you find out that PETA's father was in love with Katniss's mom. And they start talking about how that's how you find out that her dad can sing, and that when he sung, people stopped to listen. Like, even the animals would stop to listen. And he said that he remembered, I'm gonna read it. We're gonna read it, because I just, like, I'm bad at requoting shit. As you can tell, I'm chaotic as fuck.
That's okay. We love it. We love our little chaos queen.
Chaos queen. Okay, I'm gonna just read the whole thing. So it says, he said, see that little girl? I wanted to marry her mother, but she ran off with a coal miner. PETA says. What? You're making that up, I exclaim. No, true story, PETA says. And I said, a coal miner. Why did she want a coal miner if she could have had you? You know, PETA to his father. And his father said, because when he sings, even the birds stop to listen. That's true, they do. I mean it. I mean, they did. You know, Katniss says. Skipping that, so PETA says that, so that day in music assembly, the teacher asked who knew the Valley song. Your hand shot right up in the air. She stood you up on a stool and had you sing it for us. And I swear, every bird outside the windows fell silent. And he says, oh, please. And he's like, no, it happened. And right when your song ended, I knew, just like your mother, I was a goner. That's one of my quotes for this, because I'm like, that's so sweet. Oh my God. I'm like, PETA's fucking high on fever, and he's being romantic as shit.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that's, like, the whole thing. And then after that moment, you find out. So, like, Katniss had, like, mentioned it prior, and that was, they call it the feast, where they bring everyone into the same area to entice them with something that they need, and that's how they get some deaths in. So they find out that there's going to be something for each of them, and Katniss realizes it's going to be medicine for PETA. So PETA doesn't want her to go to die for him, and she's obviously like, I don't want you to die on me.
Right.
So that's when Hamish gifts her these, I think it was berries? I don't know. It's something that turns into syrup that knocks you the fuck out. So she knows what it is. So she feeds it to PETA. PETA kind of he figures it out before the last bite, and she forces him to eat the last bite, so he's knocked the fuck out. She goes to the middle of the cornucopia to fight out for these things, and there is a fight. There's Cato's waiting for Thresh, who is part of Rue's district, and so they're separated from Clove. Clove is waiting for Katniss, kinda. So Foxface gets what she needs, I believe, and without any trouble. And then Katniss meets up with Clove, and they get into a fight. Clove is like, I want to create a show, like, for this. I'm going to cut your mouth, your lips open. And so she begins to, and Thresh ends up killing her. Because he finds out overhears them talking about Rue. And she was antagonizing Katniss about killing Rue, and then Thrush heard it, killed him, and then it's like, what about you? And she says, I sang to her to sleep while she was dying. I sung to her. And so he's like, you run off. This is the last time I'm letting you run off. Considered my debt owed to you for doing that for Rue. Next time we meet, obviously they're going to kill each other. So she runs off with the medicine. Peeta gets better. There's like a harsh storm happening through all of this. And they get delivered like food because they can't go out hunting from Haymitch because they get through their whole like, they kiss a bunch, they talk a bunch, they get rewarded by Haymitch for putting on a show. Come to wrap up, Cato eventually does finish off Thrush. And he dies. So it's just Cato and Katniss and Peeta left. And so they try to stick it out as long as they can, but they dry up all the water. The game makers dry up all the water. And they have to go, if they want water, they have to go basically to the lake near the cornucopia. And so they get there, they're like, let's fucking finish this. So they get there, there's no sign of Cato. But then Cato comes running up because there's these beasts chasing him. And so they all get chased by these beasts and they climb onto the cornucopia trying to fend them off. And then Katniss starts to realize that they look like the tributes. They have their eyes, their color of hair. Come to find out they turned the dead tributes into monsters. Because she recognizes Glimmer. And at that point, Peeta almost falls, almost dies. She picks Peeta back up. And Cato gets knocked down. They're waiting for the cannon to go off, but it's not going off. He's just moaning in pain, being torn bit by bit by these monsters because they're drawing it out. So Katniss gets a clean shot. She ends up finishing Cato off. Cannon goes off. They're waiting and waiting. Peeta's dying because his wound and his leg opened back up, so he's bleeding out to death. So they need this to be over. They're like, what the hell's happening? And then the game maker comes on. It's like, hey, just kidding. Y'all gotta kill one of each other. It's like, we looked at the rules. This is not allowed, so we're rescinding that offer. And,
lawyer.
Peeta's right.
Yeah, it's like Peeta's coming at Katniss holding out his dagger, and she gets her bow ready, like thinking he's going to kill her, but he's like, no, kill me. So they get into this big thing. Earlier, Foxface does die because she intentionally steals the berries that Peeta was trying to collect for them when they were hunting, but ends up being poisoned, so she died. And they kept the berries to try to get Cato to eat them. That was their whole plan at the beginning. Before they ran off to the cornucopia with the monsters, which are like kind of like hounds, but so they have a bag of them still. Yeah, so they're like that's when it hits Katniss. Is that they just want a winner. So what if we take their winner away from them? They'll have to they'll stop it. It's either that we're going to die or it's going to be a bluff. And so she bets everything on it. So they literally put the berry. They get to the point where the berries are in their mouth. And the game maker's like, I'm just kidding, congratulations. Like the trumpets go off. You're like, we have our two winners. So the whole show, they win, they get taken out. Katniss is freaking out because they take Peeta away to basically heal him. And she's thinking the entire time, no, they're going to kill him. They only want their one winner. They want to kill him. And they put her under. And literally she has one vision of Haymitch like arguing with them. It's because they were trying to give her breast implants. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Well,
like, all
they
don't her to be like beautiful in their eyes.
Okay, but here's the thing, and I know you haven't read the second one, but like the winners are not bad things happen to the winners.
I know. I figure bad things are going to happen to the winners. Like it's not like they're tools. Like,
but they're also used as toys for the people in the Capitol. Yeah.
Wait, no, you're right, because in the other movie, the guy talks about...
Yeah, Finnick.
Yeah. Oh, my heart's breaking again.
I know. Yeah, so that's probably why they were trying to do that.
Break. But
that's probably the reason for that.
Yeah, and then, oh my god, she's 16.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna walk away.
That's why I didn't say anything. I was gonna say free plastic surgery, great. I thought, no,
Nope.
16, be quiet.
Shut your mouth.
Yep.
16, like, and I'm a big like protect the youngins. I'm like protect anyone 23 and below for some reason. I'm just like that. I just can't help it.
You're my youngin, so
yeah, I know. I'm like I just have
I say
like
38
this.
and below.
Yeah, I have an aggressive protective nature of like people who are not mentally developed. But so yeah, that's the whole thing. She doesn't get to see PETA again until the actual like meeting Flickerman again, and they talk about everything, because now Hamish tells her in kind of like a secret hush thing as they're like hugging, and he's like, you're kind of like on the hit list for the Capitol, like you did something, you outsmarted them, and that's not something they appreciate, so you have to be careful, like you have to make this star-crossed lover thing real. And he's like, PETA's already there, but you're like, it's a hinted that she's not falling in love with him, and she's not at this point, like she's too guarded.
I
so
don't
she gets
know
on there.
that she definitively ever does fall in love with him. Like, I don't know that that's like an actual
I don't
thing.
know. I don't know book-wise. I know in the movies, yes, like they have a kid together. But,
I feel like in the books it's not necessarily like a for sure thing. It's just like maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Who's to say?
I definitely remember it being kind of left open, but also that was around the time that Jennifer Lawrence was kind of doing the Kristen Stewart thing, where kind of blank face acting before we saw that she could actually act. So at the end of the last movie, you're just kind of like, I don't think, like, is she supposed to like him? I don't think she does, but is that her acting? Is that intentional?
In the
I'm
book,
wondering
I
if
think
it's a
that they
director
have
thing. Like the blank face thing, I'm wondering if it's a director choice, because like, I don't know, because some of these girls, they have these blank faces, but they can't act. But
like Katniss is like super serious, so like that could be. You're right. It could have been a direction that they gave her.
It works because she's so serious. But like the fun bits of Katniss, she does have some really good moments. Like she became more real to me in the books than she did in the movies. But I still think I love Jennifer Lawrence. Like, I know very few actors, but this bitch, I want to meet her in real life because she sounds like a fucking great time.
Resisting the urge to tell her to watch Mother.
Oh God!
Please do not watch Mother.
Oh no,
Sorry.
we'll talk about it later because now I'm curious. But
it's
if you want a 2-hour anxiety attack, go
that
ahead.
movie fucked me up, dude. I can't even think about that movie. It really took me. It took me. Like,
no, thank you. Then.
Like it's literally a 2-hour panic attack.
I'm a sensitive lady. I'm easily triggered. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they have to play the star-crossed lovers things, and she's doing a great job at doing it too at the end. And then as they're getting back to like the districts, getting back to their home, you kind of find out. Well, PETA finds out that she's not really sure. I'm not sure, but she's doing it to save their lives, like pretending to love him. And but you can kind of get hints that like Katniss, there is some type of feeling there, because like one thing she does say throughout the book is, I don't want to lose the boy with the bread, which I think is so cute. I think it is. I'm gonna read the last line. It's like the boy. I don't want to lose the.
I feel like he burned the bread on purpose, and then like his dad beat the shit out of him for it.
He did.
Yeah.
His mom beat the shit out of him.
Okay, I'm like, someone beat the shit out of him. I just remember because he burned the bread on purpose because he saw her out there and he wanted to give her the bread, and he knew if he burned it, he could chuck the bread out.
He had a crush on her since like, childhood. So
I feel like she never necessarily like felt romantic towards him, but they're certainly trauma bonded. But I also know that he kind of goes through some shit, and he doesn't come back the same person. Like, I don't know that he ever became the same person again.
I imagine it's worse in the book. But she does say like earlier on that she doesn't want to lose the boy with the bread, and then at the end she says, already the boy with the bread is slipping away from me, when they do their fake little like hand greeting, and so that's kind of like a hint there. Like, I take his hand, holding on tightly, preparing for the cameras and dreading the moment when I will finally have to let go. So that's how that book ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good, great. Like, it's so interesting to see the different choices they make in the movie. But I think it works for the movie. So
Yes. And I love when, like, they make, you know, an adaptation and they do stuff that's different with it, but, like, it still works. Like, very specifically Cabin at the End of the World, which is absolutely a book I'm gonna do at some point. The movie is pretty different. Like, it's the same in spirit, but a lot of things, like, are certainly different about it. But I feel like it definitely, like, works for the movie. Some of the stuff that happened in the book, I don't know that realistically they should put in a movie necessarily. But yeah.
3 pages long of
oh my god,
the layout of the cabin.
Oh my god, that pissed me off.
Like describing blueprints.
Yes.
Like, we don't need that much detail. From Anne Rice is that excessive details will drive people away. So, speaking of that, I can't wait for the new season of Interview with the Vampire to come out. Oh my god, I need the stats.
So good.
Oh. I got shivers just thinking about the man.
I just hear her, like, make that grunting noise, then I look up and she's just stone-faced.
I'm
just like, oh.
You missed my...
Okay.
But, yeah, no, it's a good book. I love dystopian, like, war themes, though, so...
Yeah.
I'm excited. I like warring idea in general. Love a good rebellion.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed Hunger Games. I, like, had to read it for a class that I had, but I mean, I usually enjoy books that, like, school made me read as a kid. But I know we were supposed to read something else, and it was, like, postmodern literature, and we were supposed to read, like, another book, but, like, the teacher hated that book. Like, she told us to go home and read the first chapter, and, like, everyone came back to class and were like, this is the hardest shit to read ever. And she's like, yeah, I don't like that book either. Do you guys just want to read the Hunger Games? And we were like, yeah, okay.
I love that,
yeah, so she's like, instead of reading
this really... there.
Yeah, she's like, instead of reading this really dense book, let's just read 3 other books. But, and one thing that was kind of pointed out by a kid in class, actually Mark, who you met at a point when we were like feral, he had pointed out that the bow and arrow is kind of blending masculine and feminine because the shape of a bow is like a yonic shape, whereas the arrow is obviously a phallic shape. And Katniss was essentially Prim's mother and father for a period because she was like bringing home like food and sustenance, but then also like doing the mothering. So her weapon of choice being a bow and arrow kind of is like a kind of symbolism for that too.
That's so deep.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I loved my literature classes like so much. Like you don't even understand.
So what does that mean?
I like literature, girl. I don't think I took many in college. I took a lot of like ethics and philosophy in college.
Yeah.
I didn't get to have fun with just reading. I took a writing class and my teacher was like, this is good. You're descriptive. And I'm like, thank you.
Well, I was going for like teaching before I went for
I know.
HR,
That's
obviously.
why you editing my book.
So I literally like motored all the way through like all of the literature classes I needed to take and all of the history classes I needed to take. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to change my major now.
Hey, it works.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. I had a good time. And I got to meet this boy.
All right, yeah, it all works out for a reason. I think like in high school, there's one book I don't remember in details, but I remember how it made me feel, and it makes me feel the same way now. And it's of Mice and Men, I believe. That book
that's like heartbreaking.
It hit me hard. There's like so many like I think it is a book to read in high school, but I don't think it's one of those things where you don't fully understand it until you're older and like what's going on with it, because I understand it more as I'm an adult and it hits me harder as an adult.
I mean,
almost.
Yes, I feel like I certainly developed like a stronger sense of empathy as I like got older, so certainly that would be a lot more impactful. I know one. It's not even a book, or at least I didn't read a full book. It was like a short story when it was presented to me, but Flowers for Algernon is like one of the fucking saddest stories that's ever
Oh
existed.
my God.
Like, I read that shit in middle school and it still haunts me. Like, I can't. It's so fucking sad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's
Oh, no.
basically this guy who's like incredibly like developmentally like challenged. I don't know what the like correct phrase for that, but he like has the brain of like a child essentially. Like he's not fully mentally developed. And so they do tests on him and he ends up getting incredibly intelligent, but at the end of the story, like everything that they did to him like completely wears off. So he like goes back, but he like was so incredibly smart and aware that he was slowly sliding backwards and
my
it was
God.
so fucking sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I'm like that. Who wrote? Why'd you do this?
That's terrible.
I know. Like you don't have to write these down. Like you can keep it to yourself.
Anytime I see books that are like kind of high school or junior high standard, I don't recognize any of them. Like we did, what was the one about the witch trials, or like the play
The
about
Crucible.
the Crucible? Like there was that one, Macbeth, and the Canterbury Tales. But I don't remember most books that I had to read for class.
I know you and I like did like one of our like get to know you moments was like going through like what books we read in like high school. I think we actually did that almost semi recently because I know in college you were writing like a book report, but one of the books you had like the option of doing was something that we had read in high school and you had never heard of it. And that's why I was like, oh, you're going to do this because I'm going to like absolutely help you write this paper because I really liked it. But that was the things they carried. I actually stole that book. I kept it
Oh my
because I liked it
God.
so much.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Crazy.
Of Mice and Men, The Great Gatsby, Lord of the
Great
Flies.
Gatsby.
Never had to read any of those.
I didn't read Lord of the Flies. We did
I didn't read Lord of the
Gatsby.
Flies.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, you and I would have done the same stuff for the most
Oh,
part
yeah,
because I
'cause we
didn't
went to
do
the
like
same
AP
school.
or anything like that. But yeah, we went to school together.
I remember reading Antigone, which I think is a play. I only remember because for whatever project we had to do at the end, I took a whole bunch of celebrity faces and pasted them over, like it's just very poorly photoshopped. Just a whole bunch of actors. I put Chris Farley in there. This was like the late 2000s. He was long dead by that point. I just remember like sticking his face on someone. I don't remember anything about the book other than the movie adaptation would have had Bruce Willis and Halle Berry and I don't know, Ving Rhames.
Okay.
Cool story, bro.
You love like casting shit, like because both books you've read, you've like casted them.
I think
I'm okay.
this-
I'm here for it. It's
Yeah.
I
Cast
think
Away.
I'm just stealing that from Too Many Tabs book reports.
Oh, you know what? I completely forgot that he does that.
Like if they were to adapt it.
Yeah, because so one of the reasons I was like very excited to do this is there's a podcast, and this isn't the entire thing that they do, but like on a monthly basis they'll have like one episode where the wife like reads a book and then basically tells it to like the husband, and that's like a thing, and I really very much enjoy that. Too Many Tabs, absolutely go watch. Amazing, love, Chef's Kiss. But yeah, a lot of times he'll ask for like a reference of like, okay, who should I be picturing? Like, what type of person is this? So he'll like be like, I'm picturing her as this, and so they do that a lot with the like kind of casting.
Which is why for You Killed Me First, I'm like, I don't really pay attention to descriptions, but based on character dynamics, it's very A Simple Favor plus, I don't know, Kate Beckinsale? Sure, why not?
I think it helps though because there are some people that are not like super imaginative, which like not is like a bad thing. It was more so it's a visually it's hard to picture, especially when you're telling it. Whereas like if I'm given a description, I've created a whole person in my head. Just a problem.
Like if you tell me to picture something, I will probably struggle with it, but I definitely can get into like moments where like I'm visually watching a movie while I'm reading a book. Like there was definitely a very specific scene in the Throne of Glass series that like I was just I had fully slipped on in there, and I was living it, and I was just like stoned, sobbing in bed.
Oh my god.
I think it's one.
God.
I think you've already read that like that book or that like portion of the series, but
Probably.
yeah, it was really
Was it
good.
Caltane?
No, but we stand honestly.
Stan Caltane. Yeah, that's the Hunger Games. The next time I host, it'll probably be Catching Fire. Because obviously, if we do series, we're gonna do them back to back. And like some goals to get to Sunrise on the Reaping. I want to talk about that. You guys, the latest book in the Hunger Games, but I feel like I need to read all of them before I'm allowed to even grace that book into my life.
Yes, how this is scheduled out is that you and I are essentially going to be ping-ponging back and forth. So it'll be like Great and Terrible Beauty, Hunger Games, and then Rebel Angels, Catching Fire. That's how I have it. Yeah, and Nick's also here. Well, you edit, which takes up so much of your time. So like realistically, yeah, you like consuming content and then writing a script on top of having to consistently have a new episode ready to go.
Yeah,
is difficult.
I think I acknowledge I also read the least out of all three of us.
Most definitely.
And by read, I mean audiobook.
I absolutely read the most. Like, I am ravenous. Also,
I can't wait to see how much I read this year.
I know, but like also excited to announce we have our first listener request.
Wait, what?
Which, yes. So, yeah, I officially listened to our podcast, and I listened to Unnamed first, and I was like, oh, I'm actually really proud of this. So, like, my coworker that I'm very close with, I was like, hey, you don't have to listen, but, like, I'm feeling proud about it, so
I'm happy
it is if you want to listen to it. Yeah, and then she, like, pulled me, like, we were talking, because I literally mentioned her in an episode. And that just fucking took her out. But no, so she was like looking through her books, and she's like, please do this one, because she knows I had read it, because she read it, and she's like, I need to talk to someone about this, please read it. Incidences Around the House. And that book is incredibly polarizing in the like book talk community. Like, you either really love that book or you absolutely do not. I very much loved that book. It was a wild ride, surely. But yeah, I put that one up a little bit higher. I think that one is scheduled around like May-ish. But yeah, I was like, okay, cool. I got you, girl. Let's go.
I'm like, can we speak about the Odyssey? Can I do mythology?
I mean, do whatever the fuck you want. You have access to the calendar, babe. You need to like put some shit on there, because literally the last half of that calendar is like all me, because I'm the only one that goes in and adds shit to it.
I know. I'm like, I'll just tell Brittany what I want to read, and she'll add it in for me.
I like keep trying to scramble us, so it's not like just like Brittany, Jesse.
I know.
And no, but I just read so many books, and like I'm so excited to talk about them all. Like, I could literally plot out every single week. Like, I could pull a book that I would be very passionate to speak about every single week for the rest of the year.
I just need this winter to disappear, because I'm not gonna lie, like, obviously, like, real world things, we're all normal people. Like, the depression has hit me hard, especially like in the last month, so it's like hard to do anything. So I'm like, I just want to get home and do some shorts, like pull shorts from our videos, and I'm like so ready to do the shorts, but then like by the time I sit up, I have such a negative brain that I'm like, we need to step away. I'm trying to do the things that you told me not to do, real. And not speak negativity out of my mouth. So
yeah, knock it off.
Knock it off.
Yeah, because like, how are good things gonna happen if you don't believe good things should happen? You know?
Right. The hopeless person I am.
I actually, I made it through the power of positivity, but I really made it through the power of Wellbutrin. Like, realistically.
Yeah.
Also the power of spite, certainly.
But
yes. Yeah.
We're broken girls.
You know, not being in a constant panic attack, like 24/7, 365, has really just changed me. Like, who knew? You know,
it's probably the only reason why we're able to do this
disorders.
podcast, because my anxiety is checked and your life is getting checked, because you had all the things going on.
Ain't that the truth? But yeah, no, we're good. It's good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Is it staying in?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I might as well.
Okay.
I don't care. I mean, we're yapping, right? You said we yap about life and stuff.
We are
Yeah, we yap about life and stuff. Mm-hmm.
One thing I noticed is that we kind of like stopped doing like chit chat at the beginning of episodes. Because
we definitely did chit chat at the beginning of this one.
We did. But like we had you pre-record the like intro, so instead of you doing that and then us chit-chatting and then going into the book, we just immediately start into the book, because when it's not you hosting, it's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start an episode. So anyways,
okay, we're going to start an episode with a fun fact of anything. Like, did you guys know that lavender is such and such? That's our new thing. We have to bring a fact at the beginning before we start.
Also, fun fact about the Hunger Games is that their mom is like an herbologist, kind of, in a way. Like, she's like,
maybe that's what she did. She had
medicine lady
shop or something. Yeah, I think she had a medicine shop. I can't remember, but I know she has really
Katniss
pretty dresses.
and Primrose. Yeah, but Katniss and Primrose are named after like flowers or like herbs or like some. Yeah, so that.
Did you watch The Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds, Brittany?
No, I haven't.
Read the book.
I haven't read or seen it. I want to read it.
It's important.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's one of those things that's like, okay, this is on my TBR. I will read it at some point. But I guess I should kind of either do it or not do it at this point, because you're about to tell me about it. So it's like...
Yeah, I think you should read it because it's important for the name Katniss. That's why I just say.
Oh. Okay.
At least fan theory. But I don't know. I've never read the book. I've only seen the movie. So.
Oh, I haven't seen the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I thought that they were orphans.
What?
Katniss and Mini Katniss. I do not
Primrose.
Yeah, because her mom like ain't out here doing shit. She's definitely in like one of the later movies. Well, she's most certainly in the later movies. I just know
she gets Papa Archerond.
I mean, not no, but not fully yes.
Deep impression, just yeah.
Maybe I don't know, man. She's out here. I just know that there's like a scene where like someone is incredibly injured, but it's like after they've won the Hunger Games, so they're like living in the like winner's circle, and just someone gets like dragged into their like kitchen and like dumped on the table. But like
because the Katniss vividly remember because of that.
But like I very vividly remember seeing it, so I have to assume that it happened in the movies.
No, I do too, because I remember seeing it too, and I haven't gotten that far yet, so I remember that happening.
So yeah,
and I think Katniss has a PTSD flashback. They become more the mom and the sister become more prevalent as the movies go on. So
yeah, justice for Prim, honestly.
Justice for fucking Prim. Fuck yeah.
You know what? And that like upset me so deeply, because I was like such a Gale girly up until that point, and then I was like set him on fire and throw him in a canyon.
Yeah, when I saw the movie, it didn't register me right away what he did. It didn't register. Like that's how much I didn't believe it. And then I watched it a second time, and I'm like, oh, this fucker did it. This is fucker's fault.
Yeah, it I mean, the book kind of does, like, the books do this thing where, like, people die, but it doesn't really, like, it just kind of slips right on by, like, spoilers, but obviously you've seen the movie, but, like, Finnick in the book, like, it, like, is, like, a line and a half, and then they keep it pushing, but part of that is because in that world, everybody's, like, treated as disposable, so the book doesn't really fully go deeply into people like dying, specifically like outside of the games. So it'll just happen, and the story just keeps on going.
Yeah,
because I think when I read the book, I didn't fully grasp that had happened to Prim. I was just like, wait, what? Go back and reread.
Yeah, we'll see how I get through it.
We need to do an outro, because we didn't do an outro.
Yeah. But anyways, I hopped up on caffeine. All right. That was the Hunger Games. Thank you for yapping with us. And read it if you haven't read it. If you watch the movies and haven't read the books, I highly recommend reading the books. There are so many cute little tidbits. It was like discovering something new but familiar.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. It's a good time. But yeah, keep on yapping.
Keep on yapping. We need another pun, Nick.
Yapple Royale.
Yeah, okay. I'm here for it. I love it.
Bye.